was able to fly this in 45 minutes, and that's unheard of yet. So I was super impressed by this.
For over 5 years, Rock Robotic has partnered with over 1,000 clients worldwide, completing over 30,000 jobs from quick turnarounds to the most complex projects. We specialize in aerial and drone LiDAR hardware and software backed by our Rock Pro Services team, processing over 1 million acres of data with expert QC/QA for precise, high-quality results. Based in the US, our industry-leading customer success team works as an extension of your crew, hands-on from the first flight to final deliverable. No matter the scale or challenge, we're by your side, ensuring you capture the exact data you need to succeed.
Welcome back to the Rock Ultra Demo Tour, where professionals in surveying and geospatial services put the new Rock Ultra LiDAR to the test. We talk about the experience, the workflow, and most importantly, the data. Today, I'm joined by Chris Stein, Senior Survey Technician with GPI, New Hampshire, United States of America. Before we get into his Ultra experience, let's start with a little background. Chris, tell us about your business and what you do.
Yeah, we're a civil engineering consulting firm, and I work specifically in the survey department, where we use the Rock Ultra now and the R3 Pro V2. So we specialize in engineering to survey to underwater inspection.
Cool. Interesting. Can you tell us a little bit about the project and the site you chose for the Ultra demo?
Yeah, so this site, it was originally a dog track about 10 years ago, and the owner decided to make this a pretty much full suite, a residential, commercial, and anything that you want to, if you want to live there, you don't have to drive a car. You can just walk around and experience life. So this is just a complex where you can live, eat, and work.
Gotcha. What's the name of that complex?
Tuscan Village.
Tuscan
in
Village.
Salem, New Hampshire.
Okay, so what was the main reason you chose Tuscan Village to test the Rock Ultra, and why you wanted to use the Rock Ultra for Tuscan Village?
So we chose to use this because it's such a large area. And in that large area, there are so many curbs, and it is dense with breaklines. And we were curious on how fast this could be completed and how accurate the data could be.
Great. So what were you trying to prove or accomplish there?
So traditionally, if we went out and surveyed this traditionally, this would take months, many months to complete. We were really convinced and curious on how this could handle it, how fast we could do this, and how good the quality is.
What was it like flying the Rock Ultra? How fast were you able to get it done?
Yeah, this was impressive. I was able to, when I set ground control, but besides the ground control, I was able to fly this in 45 minutes, and that's unheard of yet. So I was super impressed by this. It was one hot swap battery, so 2 small flights. That was 1 flight.
Awesome. Love to hear that about the hot swap. So I will ask, what height did you fly the Ultra and what speed?
Yeah, we flew, it was about 380 feet, and it was 10 meters per second, which is, again, impressive. I'm flying the R3 Pro at 150 feet at 3 meters per second. So time comparison, it was night and day.
Night and day. Love to hear that. So what stood out to you about flying at those higher altitudes and the faster speed?
I noticed the wind speed is much higher up there. That's one thing that we had to keep into account. Other than that, I mean, it's seamless. You're not as long as there's nothing on the ground, such as towers, you're really at a great speed and a great height to capture data. So it was great. It was great being able to fly at that height.
Yeah, we often hear that word a lot when we do, these ultra demos, the seamlessness of everything, which, obviously is what you want when you're out there in the field. Speaking of being out there in the field, how did the ultra shape the way you planned your mission and the time you spent in the field?
Yeah, the time spent was a lot less than I thought it was going to be. The planning, I got some help from you guys. I wanted insight going out. So you guys provided great support on what flight, like what height to fly this at, and B, what speed, and then also some settings that I wasn't aware of that are new with the ultra sensor. I can't pick them off the top of my head of what they were, but there were a couple settings that did need to be adjusted, and your team helped me, put that together.
Yeah, absolutely. One of the unsung heroes of the Rock Ultra Demo Tour is our customer success team lead, Andrew.
Andrew, yeah, he's awesome.
Andrew, want to give him a big shout out. He's done a lot of hard work in making sure that everyone is prepared to fly the Ultra and helping out with mission planning before. And that same level of customer support and that experience extends beyond the Rock Ultra Demo Tour. And that is the same kind of support that we give all of our clients, no matter what it is. If there is ever, a job or a mission that you're not feeling comfortable or you need the advice and help on what particular parameters, settings, or planning that you can do in order to get a more successful job, we're here to help with that. Something that we pride ourselves on is being an extension of your business and working as a member of your team. So big shout out to Andrew and the customer success team. It's not just him. Shout out to Vicky as well, and every other member of Rock Robotic that is involved with the Rock Ultra Demo Tour, and not just the demo tour, but also with just our clients' businesses in general, and making sure that everyone is prepared to fly and capture the data as best as possible. Something we really pride ourselves on here, and something definitely worth noting. So we won't make anyone wait any longer. What we'll do is we'll bring the data up on screen. I know everyone's dying to see it at this point in the conversation. So let's pull that up. Thank you. What we're looking at here, what I'll let you do, Chris, is I'll let you kind of dive into this and talk about the data a little bit further and what stood out to you most about this point cloud or the data from the flight.
The amount of breaklines.
Yeah, me too.
The amount of breaklines and the speed at which you guys completed this, it's an eye opener. Like you had said, the quote you had used where you said you guys are kind of an extension of our business. It's very evident that that's the way you're moving, because I didn't know that you guys provided this, and then on top of that, this fast and this much. I was not expecting this is going to be done by this time. So I think you guys have done an awesome job at this. This is a very complex data set, and it's done well. So
yeah, wow, we really love to hear that. And I can see our very own Rock Pro Services team manager, Jamie Lackner, smiling down there. We can bring her up on screen and introduce her. Now is a perfect time for that, considering she is one of the people that helped work on this data set among other members of the Rock Pro Services team. It's not just her alone, but we were able to accomplish this in quite a quick amount of time. And we're happy to hear that, Chris, because another thing that we pride ourselves on is speed, right? And being able to turn around projects quickly, because that makes your clients happy. And when your clients are happy, our clients are happy, and everyone's happy. So, Jamie, welcome to the conversation. How are you?
Doing wonderful. I mean, I'm always happy when I'm looking at data this beautiful. Thank you, Chris, for flying something that was in so many ways both a treat to work on, but also a challenge for us in the best way possible. So many of our previous ultra data sets have been these beautiful natural landscapes, and I think Breaklines, Breaklines, Breaklines is the headline for this. And the whole team really pitched in. Everyone was working on this. It was split up into, pieces just so that everyone could get this done and handled. I was curious because you mentioned this used to be a dog park. I can't even tell where that even was at any, or not dog park, like a dog track. Where was the track even? Was it kind of over here with like the
Yeah,
bigger buildings?
exactly where your mouse is. That's about where the center was. And
Awesome. Okay. I could barely even tell. I'm just guessing based on land size between roads.
yep, you got it.
It's impressive. And I loved the amount of detail. And I think you also spoke to, if people making these walkable communities. And I really think not only the break lines, but just being able to see like all the buildings and how densely spaced everything is really speaks to the end goal of what was being done here with Tuscan Village. So it was, again, pleasure to work on. And it was a great to see what can be done with ultra data. It kind of gives that dichotomy between the supernatural stuff that beautiful landscapes, but also super urban environments. And it really, takes it all.
Yeah, absolutely. What I will ask is, for this is the first time Breaklines have popped up on the Rock Ultra demo tour. So we're interested in learning more about Breaklines in general. And Chris, as the professional here, could you let our audience know a little bit about what Breaklines are used for specifically, and why you needed them for this job in particular?
Yeah, so to create a very detailed and accurate surface model, we really need very tight brake lines, and that's what this is going to give us, is just a very tight knit surface that's tied down to control. And we haven't compiled a surface of this whole area yet, and we now have. So we're super excited about this. Um, yeah, brake lines are super important to having an accurate surface.
Yeah, and we will make sure that we include the surface model in the video for everyone to be able to see what we're exactly talking about here. What I wanted to ask was, were there any just features and details of the data in general? I'm looking here at some of these interesting looking buildings and things that just stood out to you, other than the curbs and the line work here. Is there anything else that stood out to you as being interesting about the Ultra's performance when capturing this data?
Yeah, I mean, just the buildings and how it's capturing them being classified like this. It's a beautiful point cloud. You can see so much detail in it, and to know that this was flown in 45 minutes is pretty shocking. Um, so yeah, I mean, the buildings, the walkways, all the condos up in the northern section, it's really cool.
Yeah. Maybe Jamie, could you talk to us a little bit about the classifications? What are
Sure.
classifications? Why are classifications needed for those who maybe aren't familiar with that side of lidar, point cloud, and 3D mapping?
Happy to. So, what is up on the screen right now is what we consider our enhanced classification model. So, that's going to classify out ground classifications. It's going to treat all vegetation as one class and buildings. And everything else is either unclassified or never classified. And what that does is it allows, like, if you want to build a surface, if the ground points are singled out, they are going to be able to be used to make a surface model, and then you then have the ability to toggle on and toggle off buildings. So if I go in here, I can go in and say, I don't want to see the buildings. I just want to see what the vegetation and the trees and the ground looks like. I can toggle off those buildings. And then additionally, if I want to toggle off the trees, boom, no more trees. So it's a great tool for visualizing your entire project, as well as getting concrete deliverables. Without singling out those ground points, we would not be able to get accurate contours or an accurate ground surface down the road.
Thank you, Jamie. We really appreciate you hopping on. Appreciate all your hard work on this. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Yep. So what I'll ask, Chris, is in general, we're talking about the classifications. We're talking about the Rock Cloud. Talk to me a little bit about just your experience using Rock Desktop and Rock Cloud in general, and what post-processing is like in the Rock ecosystem.
Yeah, I use this very often. GPI uses it very often. And we start with Rock Desktop, and I love it. It's a great software tool. And then from Rock Desktop, we go to the Rock Cloud, and that's kind of where I love to work. It's got all the right tools in the right spot, and it's user friendly. I specifically really like the moving the point cloud. There's a tool on there. Yep, exactly. Moving that tool, or moving the cloud X, Y, and Z, being able to move it on those 3 planes and visually seeing it's great. I don't know any other software company that has that right now. So I love using that tool. I like combining point clouds in this software suite. So yeah, I use this and Topodot hand in hand, but I love it.
Yeah, I mean, I could speak for myself. I'm not a surveying professional. I've worked alongside data point clouds for 4 years now. I'm a marketing guy, but even I can hop in on these data sets and really figure out the UI is super easy. It's not one of these where you have menus embedded in menus and menus embedded in menus. It's very, very simple to go over there on that right side panel and be able to, add annotations or turn things on and off, change the intensity view and the level of which, adjusting the contours in the depth of the contours and how the contrast of the contours or the presence of the break line. So you really do have full control over your data. And it's really what you see is what you get. And it's made it really extremely easy for myself to use. So for anyone out there, that's feeling slightly challenged or perplexed by the idea of processing, navigating, analyzing your point cloud data, do not worry. The Rock Cloud makes it extremely simple and even more so extremely efficient. It's quick and you're able to do the things that you want to do without having to read hundreds of learn articles and watch tutorials. Although I do recommend watching tutorials. I'm sure Andrew and Vicky would also like me to mention that they recommend watching some tutorials to familiarize yourself with it. But I just want to make that known that, as Chris said, it's just, you love using it. And I think that's the most important thing when it comes to using software of any kind is, do you love using it or do you hate using it?
Yeah.
Right. I use apps all the time that I really don't love using because I need to use them. But with this in particular, it's something that we find that our clients love using. And it's something that our team, we have, our developers, Chris, Leo, Alex, the head of development. I'm getting all the shout outs in this episode here. The people that have really worked on the Rock Cloud have poured endless hours and so much time into perfecting what you see here, guys. It's something that we're continuously working on, continuously improving. And anytime we get feedback from our clients of, hey, we'd like to see this, or maybe this isn't functioning, we get on it. We make that happen. And we also pride ourselves on that too. So, Chris, thank you for that. We'll jump back into the Ultra a little bit here and talk about the workflow from field to finish. How did using the Ultra affect your entire workflow?
For me, it was honestly, I went out, I collected this data, I got some tips from you guys, and then I uploaded it and my hands were off.
Yeah. Set it and forget it, right?
Yeah, that's how it was. And I got to see the product, and It's good.
Yep, it is good. One thing that we say, and it's in our marketing, but it's the easy button for LiDAR. There's been a
Yeah.
lot of pushback on that. A lot of people in the industry find that we're making it too easy.
Interesting.
Whether or not you believe that or not, or whether or not that's true is, subjective. Our goal isn't to diminish how difficult it is to become a surveying technician and capture. It's there's so many variables that are involved. It's not as simple as setting and forgetting it, but the side of it that is the hardware that's used to collect this stuff, that aspect of it, we're trying to make that side easier. We're trying to make the side that we control the easy button, not the job as its entirety. So when we say that, the easy button, we don't mean that the job is easy. We mean that we create tools that are easy to get the job done. So what would be, what is the easiest part or the most enjoyable part of that workflow, being able to set it and forget it? What in your mind do you think is like the aha moment?
The most enjoyable part of this is that the question?
Yep.
So, most enjoyable part, I personally love going out to a site and getting to digitize it. And then on top of that, making sure it's in the right place geodetically. So I love going out there, seeing the control, flying the data, and then setting the data to the control and seeing it line up. It's just, it can be like magic. It's nice. I like it.
Yeah, I like that. Like magic. What has your overall experience been like working with Rock Robotic as your LiDAR partner?
You guys have been great. It's, you said this earlier, you're like an extension of our business. Anytime I run into any issues, I have an answer usually within an hour and a half, even if it's, I'm on the Northeast, even if it's before you guys are open, I'm getting something saying someone's on it. And it's been great. I know I have the answers if I need them. So like I said, we use the R3 Pro V2 almost monthly, sometimes weekly, and we have had great success with it and great success with the software suite. And we'll continue using it because it's bringing us, happy clients and profitable jobs.
And that's exactly what you want. A little bit more about just how has Rock supported your projects in the past using Rock Pro services. You mentioned that you weren't aware that we were able to, get the Breaklines and as quickly as possible. Is that something you see yourself using in the future? And maybe talk to a little bit about to other surveyors or geospatial professionals out there of why that's important, having Rock Pro services on your side.
Yeah, so this would be a great example. I flew this before Thanksgiving, and in America, we're shut down Thanksgiving week. I come back after Thanksgiving, and this project's pretty much complete. That's unheard of, and in our business line. So to know that this is possible, if someone needs something, ASAP, or if you need a job done that's a little bit out of your company's hands, hand it off.
Yep, and I'm sure that happens more often than you want it to in your line of work. People need things yesterday. We know how that goes.
Absolutely.
So, and we at Rock Robotic, we totally understand that, and so we pride ourselves on that as well as making sure that we alleviate your stress of like, am I gonna get this in time? It's the holidays, it's Thanksgiving. Nope, we're on it. We're gonna make sure that you get exactly what you need because your clients need it, and we stand by that as being not just your hardware and software provider, but your LiDAR partner. And that isn't just me bragging about us. It's just the truth. It's our ethos over here. It's who we are at Rock Robotic, and what we strive to do every day. And it's why we strive to do it is because we, there's a huge sense of accomplishment over here. And we take pride in that. So, Chris, if you had one word or statement or phrase to sum up your Rock Ultra experience, what would it be?
It's been seamless.
Seamless. Speak to that a little bit more. I know you did in the past, but what about being seamless makes you feel like, okay, this is the tool for the job?
Just the vast amount of different urban features that traditionally would have taken so much time and effort and thought. It's it's been great, and it's been seamless to go out there, set up set up the drone, collect the data, bring it back in, make sure it ties down to control, and from there it's been seamless to see Breaklines and a surface be created and a data set complete.
Excellent. Well, Chris, thank you so much for your time. Thank you for being a part of the Rock Ultra Demo Tour. We sincerely appreciate your efforts and your collaboration.
Yeah, we appreciate you guys doing this. It's been awesome.
Awesome. Thanks, Chris. Okay, everyone. Rock Ultra Demo Tour. Another one in the books. Breaklines. A lot of them. Hope you guys enjoyed it. See you next time around. Thanks. Rock on.